I think there is opportunities out there, but you have to do your research.
So Allan, welcome back to the studios.
Thank you.
Now 2017 has been a solid year of growth, to say the least. This has been one of the longest equity bull markets ever. But is it a dangerous time to invest?
It's kind of a double-edged sword. You're right in the sense that it has been a fantastic year. It's been a very long bull market, but markets are still well supported, I would say, generally. What you do need to do, though, is rebalance your portfolios, and you got to look for the hidden gems that are out there. So that means being more selective.
And so you've mentioned the hidden gems there. So what kind of economies and sectors offer the best chance for continued growth? What are those little hidden gems that you spoke about?
So I think here is where you got to do a bottom-up approach to the market. So really look at specific business cases, countries, sectors. So here we're focused on basically Brazil, Turkey, and China. Not all parts of the economy are going to do well. There's issues always in economies with overpricing and of assets and so on. But we see technology in China as a major force. Here we have a chart of the number of graduates in science and engineering. And as you can see, by just looking at interest rates in China or focusing on unemployment rates, you would totally miss something like this. But it's a massive shift from what used to be called copy and development to now research and development. And they're going to be innovating beyond what anybody else is doing. As you can see, with the number of students that they have, it's massive. So that's going to be a big change. Mm-hmm. I think in terms of Turkey, what we like there is the financial discipline that the government has sort of imposed, I guess, on the industry. So it's very conservative, and on a risk-return basis, it's very attractive. And then finally, Brazil, where they've had a number of tough years in terms of the commodity recession that hit them 6-7 years ago. And now they're recovering, coming out of that. And so industry and technology is again thriving. There's a consumer demand coming up. And so we find that quite a healthy economy as well. So in terms of, the relative, the rates, as you can see, inflation is definitely under control in these markets relative to the developed markets. And for that reason, we think that the growth has a lot further to go. Here are some of the sort of areas that we would look at in terms of across the board. You don't see green sort of in all sectors. You see it here and there in terms of currencies, in terms of the exchange rates, in terms of the equity markets. All emerging markets have slightly different fundamentals. And that's where, again, you have to use this bottom-up approach to really be selective.
And now taking a look at fully valued markets, so what kind of methods can investors look at to really find these investments and find these opportunities?
Sure. So if you just think about buying an index, for many years that's been sort of the solution. You just buy the index and everything rises. Well, I think going forward it's going to be a lot trickier. And if you think about an index, it's made up of overvalued stocks and undervalued stocks. So just by buying the index, you're going to buy a lot of overvalued stocks. So what you want to do is go from a bottom-up approach and look for the, as I said, hidden gems or undervalued stocks. And here, basically what I'd like to go into is just a few specific names where we see very long growth horizons for these companies, very healthy cash flows. And you can see the bottom line is the S&P 500. So while we've had a fantastic year, it's up, approximately 19-20%. These other stocks have by far outperformed. In the case of Tencent, which is a Hong Kong listed technology company, it's sort of the equivalent of Facebook and a few others, Twitter and so on, all sort of packaged into one, Google as well, would be Tencent, and it's up 217% year to date. You look at Alibaba, same thing, it's up about 204%. That's the equivalent of Amazon. So you can see there are gems out there that have performed fantastically relative to the benchmark.
Would you say that tech is one of the areas that holds the most opportunity at the moment?
Yeah, I think that's a key theme here. The other company there is Mercado Libre. Again, it's an online shopping platform in Brazil. And here again, technology is disrupting the industries, and you see the profitability of these companies. It's basically, if you had the chance to buy Amazon 10 years ago, would you have done it? I mean, in hindsight, yes. So have a look at these companies.
So at the end of the discussion, the pretense is that the markets are high, but it's not too late to invest. There's still plenty of opportunities.
I think there is opportunities out there, but you have to do your research.
Okay, well, fantastic. Thank you so much for coming in today and sharing your insights with us.
Thank you.
Well, that's all from us here in the Geneva studios, but we want to hear how you found this interview, so please do like and comment on dukascopy.tv.